Hello students, welcome to today's session on accounting equations. In this topic, I'll cover in three segments: accounting equations meaning, and also I'll explain how the equation works and some examples on it. Okay, so to begin with, the accounting equation. So if you're talking about uh, accounting equation, the accounting equation is the foundation of accounting and bookkeeping. Okay, so bookkeeping is nothing but the recording of books of account. Okay, and this one is more important when we are starting or recording any kind of transactions into the books of account. Okay, so if you're talking about meaning is concerned, okay, how it is useful and the foundation, especially if you're talking about this equation is concerned, it is the foundation of accounting and bookkeeping. Okay, without this, the books of account cannot be prepared. Okay, so it is the foundation, it is the backbone of the accounting and bookkeeping. So bookkeeping is nothing but the recording, accounting is summarizing and analysis as well. So it states that the total assets always equal to sum of total liabilities and owner's equity. Okay, so if you are talking about the overall equation is concerned, it is asset is equal to liabilities plus equities. So liabilities is nothing but the shareholders positions. Okay, so asset is equal to liabilities plus equities is shareholders positions. Okay, so sum total of liability and owner's equity is equal to assets available in the company. So in short, asset is equal to liability plus equities is the accounting equation, and that can be used in accounting equations. Now moving to the components. Okay, so what are all those components? As I mentioned, asset, liabilities, and equities. So assets is the economic resources owned by the business. Okay, so it could be cash, inventory, property, land, building. These are part of assets. Okay, liabilities, it is nothing but the creditors, loan. That means amounts owned by outsiders apart from the shareholders. Okay, that is known as liabilities. So equity is owner's claim after liabilities are settled. So it is nothing but the owner's capital or retained earning. This is also part of owner's capital. So owner's capital plus retained earning, it comes under equity. So the equity shareholders is the part of this equity, and also if company has some retained earning, that is also covered in this equity sections. So again, the formula or the equation is asset is equal to liability plus equities. That means the owner's capital or owner's amount plus liability is equal to assets. Now moving to the next one, that is a kind of example I'm going to present here. So suppose if assets is 1 lakh, liability is 60,000, equity is equal to 40,000, then here asset is equal to liability plus equity. That means 1 lakh is equal to 60,000 plus 40,000. So both the lakes are equal. 1 lakh is equal to 60,000 plus 40,000 is equal to 1 lakh. So in short, asset is equal to liability plus equity. So in some scenarios, sometimes if the suppose equity amount is there, asset amount is there, however liability is not there, then how we have to identify this liability, or how we have to get the value of the liabilities? So again, The formula would be liability is equal to asset minus equity. Okay, there's the another one. So one formula is asset is equal to liability plus equity. However, if we have to identify liability, so liability is equal to asset minus equity. So 1 lakh minus 40,000 is equal to 60,000, that is liability. In another formula, if suppose asset is there, liability is there, however equity is not there, that means owner's capital or retained earning is not there, then how we can identify it? With this equation, equity is equal to asset minus liability. That means 1 lakh minus 60,000 is equal to 40,000 for liability. So it is pretty clear that, okay, we have to think upon the in the same equations, asset is equal to liability plus equity, and we can identify if it is not available, right? In the another example, if liability and equity is there, now we have to check or we have to identify the assets, right? In the similar scenario, in the similar example, so liability is 60,000, equity is 40,000, then asset is equal to liability plus equity is equal to 60 plus 40, 60,000 plus 40,000, so asset is equal to 1 lakh. It is pretty simple examples or pretty simple equations, but yeah, that is the base or backbone of the accounting. Now talking about the importance, what is the importance of this accounting equations? So it ensures accuracy in the bookkeeping, because as I mentioned, the debit and credit side should match. So here, with the help of this equation, asset always balance with liability plus equity. So if it is not balanced, if there is a difference, that means bookkeeping was not done, or there might be, some glitch or something, some issues in the bookkeeping. So it is not accurate. So with the help of this formula, it can be easily identified the accuracy of the bookkeeping. Second point or second importance, I can say, basis of double entry accounting and financial statement preparation, right? So definitely the financial statement is output of the all books of accounts or the final accounts. So it is the actually the basis of double entry accounting, double entry system of accounting, and also the financial statement preparation. So if it is not followed, definitely the financial statement will not prepare accurately, and there might be analysis will go wrong, right? Because with the help of financial statement, other stakeholders or maybe the managers can take the decision. Okay, so always it is helpful to check whether the double entry accounting has been done correctly or not, or the financial statements prepared correctly or not. So that is the reason this equation, the accounting equation, is always important to understand. Okay, and always keep in mind this is one of the backbone or base of the accounting. All right, so just to summarize, the accounting equation, it is the the base of the double entry system, and based upon that the financial statement is prepared. Okay, so it is clear that the equation asset is equal to liability plus equity. Equity includes shareholders fund plus retained earning. All right, so that's it for today's session. I hope you all understood the topic. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next time. If you have any doubts, please contact me through my Urban Pro profile. Thank you.